age of 18. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed during the following video content are those of the individual and may not reflect those of others. Thank you.
That's me on the guitar. Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Cash Money can put this change in my piggy bank in a day.
Big man does it!
Except you, Phil.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome one and all to this edition of Pacific Forum 4 Pop Talk live on Baron Norman Tags, Fandom Legacy, Cash Money's Phantom Hooligans, and of course the Pacific Forum 4 YouTube channel and Rumble channel, along with Baron Norman Tag, Cash Money 007, and our special guest, Cathy Skywalker. I am your host, Mike, and tonight we will be speaking with Cathy Skywalker, finding out about all her favorite fandoms or the fandoms we're able to discuss in our 2 hours with her, along with any books and hobbies that she enjoys and anything else that pops up during these next 2 hours. But first, I want to ask everybody how they're doing, starting with our guest, Cathy Skywalker. Cathy, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good here, keeping cool.
Nice.
I'm doing good here. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I can hear you, Cathy.
Yep.
I got scared. The cash scared you away. He does that.
No, I'm still here.
And how's the weather been for you today, Cathy?
Warm side. It's I think it's in the 80s right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And Baron, how are you doing today?
Oh, me? I'm doing just fine. Yeah, it's about 83 here, getting a little muggy, but the windows are still open and the fans are doing a great job. Going to get some rain. Other than that, I'm doing peachy, and so's a long suffering. She's getting better and better, even though she still says it hurts. It's like, well, yeah, you broke a wrist, you shattered a wrist. So, but she's getting better, so she's happy about that. I'm happy about that. I have to be less of a nursemaid now, less of a butler. I can goof off again. I'm goofing off again. Yeah.
And how about you, Cash?
I'm doing pretty good. I think it's a little bit cooler today, so that's good.
All right. And it's about 80 degrees here, very little humidity, but that humidity is coming over the weekend, so it's going to get swampy.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what it gets around here. Swampy.
Swamp. Swamp. Drain the swamp, man.
Unfortunately, I can't do that around here, Baron.
Oh, okay. Well, you could try. I mean, come on. It's like, that's negativity, man. Negative waves, Moriarty. Negative waves. That's for you, Dustin Hoffman. Not Dustin Hoffman. Sorry. For Sutherland. For Sutherland. I don't know. Don't mind me. I found the wife's pain pills. Woo! Yeah.
But Kathy, like I told you backstage, like I told you a couple of weeks ago, tonight's show is all about you, and also I want to thank you for coming on with us tonight because you have tried to hop onto some open panels in the past and unfortunately weren't able to. But my first question to you is, what was your first fandom that you fell in love with?
Star Wars.
And what was it about Star Wars that
Because
captivated your attention?
I was going on 15 when the first movie came out back in 1977. Yep, it grabbed me right away. And I think the second fandom was the original Battlestar Galactica.
Okay, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, that was a good one. I mean, back then I had a huge crush on Richard Hatch.
What, not Dirk Benedict? I thought all the girls liked Dirk Benedict.
Oh, Richard Hatch was my guy. Oh my god. If I start laughing a lot, I'm going to start snorting.
Challenge accepted.
I do it too. I mean, you say something real funny, or I think about something that happened to me once in my life, and I just start laughing. I think we all do it.
Yeah.
I have never snorted in my life.
Don't believe that, Kathy. He's lying.
All right. No, okay.
Not laughing, at least. I snorted when I seen the all-you-can buffet, but that's different.
So, Kathy, when it comes to Star Wars, what do you like about it the most?
Oh my god. Everything. The storyline, the redemption arc part, and the lightsaber duels. R2 and 3PO. Everything. I love everything about it.
Very nice. And you're also into, of course, Vikings and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And what is it about, particularly Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that you like so much?
Well, it actually my fondness for vampires goes back to what Anne Rice. She's my favorite author as far as that category goes. I've read all of her books, and I loved the Vampire Chronicles. And then actually the first show that got me into vampires, as far as TV goes. Excuse me, I'm taking a little drink here.
No problem.
Was Forever Night. That was on from 1992 to 1996, a Canadian show. I love that. I love it. And because of the idea, because Nicholas Knight, the character played by Geraint Wyn Davies, he was like almost 800-year-old vampire. So usually in each episode, there'd be a flashback to some point in history that he was involved with.
Mm-hmm.
And different points, and it was just such a good show. It's a shame it only lasted 3 seasons, but it was very good. And then I got into Buffy the Vampire Slayer because it was just different. It was deeper than just a teenage girl fighting demons and vampires and everything. It was it's been a long time since I've actually watched it again.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one episode in particular that sticks out in my brain, was when Buffy's mom died. She came home from school or whatever.
Yep.
And her mother had died of an aneurysm or something. It wasn't a demon or a vampire or anybody else that killed her. It was just
Right.
It was
I
a
remember
heartbreaking episode. It was very
Yeah.
heartbreaking, you know.
that. Mm-hmm.
And then the relationship between her and Angel
Yes.
and everything, and then Spike. Oh my God, Spike cracks me up sometimes. And the actor that played Spike wasn't even British. He's
No,
he's from
he's not.
California.
Yeah.
Mhm.
James
No, but
Marsters.
Mm-hmm.
he pulled off a pretty good British accent, I thought.
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
watched the show.
And it was like there were so many funny moments with him. Oh man. And then Angel with the spin-off and everything.
Yeah, it was a really good show too.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
then
well
after that it was True Blood. I got into True Blood. And there's so many shows I like I mentioned before, Prison Break, Sopranos, Sons of Anarchy, Gotham, Game of Thrones,
Mm-hmm.
boy, House of the Dragon, Walking Dead, and all of its offspring. I liked Green Arrow, or Arrow rather.
Yeah,
I
I'd
watched
watch some
that.
of that. Mm-hmm.
So many TV shows, Vikings now, but I've watched, so many of them like Outlander, Orange is the New Black, American Horror Story.
Yeah, especially season 1 and 2. I just it's kind of gone off the rails lately, but yeah, season 1 and 2, especially season 1 was very good.
Yeah, you know what? I stopped.
I
I
never
haven't
watched
watched.
Coven. I highly will tell people to stay away from Hotel, but I will say the guy who plays Peters, who was also Quicksilver, right? I think so.
Oh, Evan Peters.
Yes, Evan Peters. That's it. Yeah, Evan Peters. He's the owner of the hotel, and
Yeah,
he's probably the most interesting thing about the hotel show. But the first 2 seasons of American Horror Story was pretty amazing.
yeah. I have Asylum in my collection, and I
Nice.
have
Yeah,
Apocalypse.
season 2. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Apocalypse. That was, I think, season 8. I just go by the names of the seasons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I love about
was
Coven.
3 or 4, something like that. Maybe it was 3.
Coven was 3,
Okay.
and I think Hotel was 4. But I liked Coven because Stevie Nicks was in it. Was in a couple of episodes.
Yeah, she was. She was.
Mhm.
That's
And
true.
then she was in an episode of Apocalypse. I think that was season 8. I'm not sure. But after Apocalypse, I didn't bother, borrowing the DVDs anywhere. But I've watched Apocalypse 20 times. I think I need help.
You've watched it 20 times? I barely got through it once.
About that season. It's time for the apocalypse. I mean, Cody Fern as Michael Langdon, the Antichrist. Hail Satan!
Oh my God.
Around here is Hail Lobster.
No, but there's so many shows I like. Oh boy, I'd be here till Christmas naming them all. I think. Not really, but
that Forever Night show, yeah, that was interesting because it was, Canada. They were kind of taking that Highlander theme but putting it to the vampires instead of to an immortal. And it's kind of funny that the star of Forever Night, he did do a guest starring appearance on Highlander as one of the immortals as well. So I suppose he had that little bit of a crossover. But yeah, it was quite an interesting show that they had. I know there's some people that didn't like how it ended, but as it went along, but it was a good show. I thought it was a solid show.
Yeah, I love it. In fact, one of the things I've done over the past couple of decades or more, I write my own fan fictions, but I didn't know they were called that back then. Oh yeah, I forgot 2 other shows that are in my collection: Alias and 24.
Yes, Alias and 24 are great.
I've got both of those.
I have mixed feelings these days about Jar Jar Abrams, but yeah, Alias was a great show.
Yeah.
It really was. Of course, it wasn't just JJ who worked
Oh
on
yeah,
that show.
definitely.
It was a
Jennifer
great
Garner.
show. Yeah, it was like a female version
Yeah.
of James Bond, basically, in a lot of ways. It was very cool how they, yeah. Roger Moore even guest starred before. That was
And
crazy.
it was interesting. Quentin Tarantino.
Cathy, you're still there?
You still there? Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still
Oh,
here.
okay. You had
Yeah,
stopped
Quentin
when you
Tarantino was in a few episodes of Alias.
That's right, he was. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, you're looking at my
Hopefully-
kid, my
Yeah, and I was gonna ask you, how long have you been painting?
since last August.
Okay.
Oh,
It started
Nice.
the local library right up the street started having free art classes, crafts classes. And I painted the
Mhm.
lighthouse was the first painting I did. Now see, another thing is music. God, oh Lord, let's just say I love all kinds of music. Anyway,
Hey, it's good to
one
have
of the
a
fan
library.
fictions was the Forever Night one, and then I even wrote a sequel to it, but told from my character's perspective. Daughter of the Night.
Yeah, because
And,
I was gonna say
I
noticed in
started
your-
a Star Wars fan fiction. I did original Battlestar Galactica one.
And you, Ron, who is over here on the Rumble and YouTube side, says that they're a huge fan of Forever Night. But yeah, I
Oh,
was
cool! That's
noticing
great.
in your community posts that you were posting a lot of
Yeah.
your stories, and that was another thing I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah. Yep. That's what
Like,
I looked like in
I
high
like-
school. That was a long time ago in a galaxy. Yeah.
Far, far away.
Yeah, I've been posting
Very nice.
installments of the Forever Night one, Touch Not the Flame, and then Daughter of the Night. Obviously, I get sometimes one to 2 to 3 people liking them. I have to agree with what you're wrong said.
Yeah,
That it was
you're
so
wrong.
far ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You're wrong is right. One thing,
Yeah, you know,
I love interview. I was just gonna say I love Interview with the Vampire, the
Yep,
movie,
Blondie.
but I've never watched the series.
Yeah, I'm not-
Yeah, her birth,
can't push
Debbie
myself
Harry.
into that.
Yeah, Debbie Harry was. Yeah, Debbie Harry turned 79 on Monday.
It's crazy.
Wow,
hard to believe.
I know.
I know, really.
Don't do that to us, Deborah.
But you know, speaking of music, who's your
I couldn't.
favorite music group?
Did somebody say something? Because it sounded weird on my end.
I said,
Yeah,
don't do that to us, Deborah. That's what I said. I don't know if that's what
Oh,
you
Yeah,
said.
and
oh my
then I
God.
was asking you, who's your favorite music band?
I can't pick just one.
Okay, name a few.
That's too hard. I love all kinds of music. Well, Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks, Bruce Springsteen, Red Hot Chili Peppers, who I saw back in 1986. U2, I saw them in 1983. Oh boy.
Nice.
The Ramones, I saw them. I mean,
Oh,
I
awesome.
like all kinds of music, punk, heavy metal, and all genres from all decades, jazz, big band music, you name it, classical.
Do you like any of
I could go
these
on and
current
on and on
artists?
and on and on.
Do you like any of these current artists,
Yeah,
Kathy?
I love. Yeah, Billie Eilish,
Do you
Dua
like her?
Lipa. Um,
Mm.
I'm a Swiftie.
Are you you're a Swiftie,
I like
Kathy?
a lot. Yeah, I like a lot of stuff. I
Oh,
don't.
a woman who
Um,
always usually writes songs about her ex-boyfriends.
Now, Cash.
Well, she
Just
does.
because
Yeah.
she wrote a song or two about you, Cash, come on, let it go. Let it go.
I just think it's just so funny. That's all. I don't know if she's written other stuff lately, Kathy, but that was what she was always known for.
yeah. No. Uh, I mean, another one I'm a big fan of is Eminem.
Yeah, yeah, he did. He was
Oh yeah,
ticking people off again recently. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
yeah. I like. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
yeah, but he's no Slim Shady, so
That's right, Slim Shady, and then Marshall Matters, and they're all, according to some people, I guess they're all different personalities. I don't know. It's just so funny to me. Yeah.
Well,
He first.
we
that's
do
like with me. Oh, I never watched the Kindred the Embraced. I never saw that one.
Mm.
You're wrong. Mentioned that one,
Yeah, I was just gonna
but
bring that up.
I never watched that one. There was one show that was on for only one season. I forgot what year even, called Moonlight, and it was, to me it was just like trying to copy Forever Night, because the vampire was a detective or something, not a detective, a private investigator.
All right,
And it's, to me,
and Euron is saying that they bet you would like Kindred the Embrace.
probably. You know, I could always find out if one of the libraries has it.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. I would give it a shot if they do.
Yeah, some people might find it odd, renting something from the library, but that's where some of us first rented movies. Not from a
Yeah,
movie
that's
store,
right.
but from the library.
Yeah, and now, like, ever since COVID, they don't have late fees for if you're late returning a book or a movie, which is good.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I forget.
I was gonna say, how many times did you forget that a book was supposed to be returned on a specific date? Then you look and you go, "Oh crap!"
Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Like that happened recently. I thought I returned a certain book and I didn't. I came home, I found it, I said, "Oh crap. I thought I had returned it." I had a brain fart. That's what I call it, a brain fart.
And real quick, I want to say hello to Phil McCracken, who says Baron Norman Tag back on Tuesday Night Trek. Tuesday Night Trek is back.
I don't know. There wasn't one yesterday.
No, there wasn't.
And
Who
I
released
also
the
want to thank.
McCracken?
It wasn't me, Kathy. It wasn't me.
He releases himself. Agent Smith is
Come on,
coming to be here. Yeah.
You're a troll slayer. Take care of him, Kathy.
And I also want to say hello to Spock's Friday Nights.
Spock.
Good to see you both. So, Baron, is there a question that you would like to ask Kathy?
Well, when it comes around
Ask
to
me anything.
anything, what is the velocity of an unladen swallow? No, not that the question I want to ask. But when it comes to it, it's a joke from Monty Python. But when it comes to like the Star Wars, is there a particular Star Wars that you like the original trilogy, prequel, sequel? Which one do you want to do you tend to gravitate towards or have the warmest regards to?
Well, the original trilogy.
The original trilogy?
And then, the original trilogy comes first, and then the prequels. But my favorite of the prequels is Revenge of the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
Same here.
And then the sequels. I mean, the sequels come in third.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what? Talking about reading books, I read a bunch of the expanded universe novels.
Mm-hmm.
And in them, Han and Leia had 3 children. They had the twins, Jason and James, and their youngest son was Anakin. And then Luke had married Mara Jade, and they had a son named Ben. But then when they do the sequels, it's like you have to forget what you read before.
Yeah, and now Ben is Ben Solo.
Ben.
Yeah. And but like I love I don't know how many of the books I got because I used to belong to the Sci-Fi Book Club years ago. I used to get the hardcovers like reasonable. And the Yuzan Vong series was amazing. I wish they could have turned that into an animated series. And there was so much going on in those novels. Like Jason fell to the dark side. I think he became Darth Cadus, if I remember correctly. Yep. And James ended up having to kill her own brother. And Chewbacca died in one of the novels.
Yeah, actually, the first novel of the Yu Fong series, he basically they took him out right away. That was not nice.
It's been a long time since I read those books.
Yeah, Victor Prime, I believe was wasn't. Victor Prime was the book written by R.A. Salvatore.
Yeah, I have that one.
But yeah, he died saving Anakin's soul.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, I mean, so of course you were like me. Sci-Fi Book Club was your best friend. Couldn't wait for that next catalog to come in, and it's like, oh, new Star Wars novel, ding. Oh, look, new Star Wars novel, ding. Why is my bank account smaller? Ding.
Yeah. But I've been reading since I was 4 years old. Because I have to give credit to my parents. Because my mom told me this. I don't remember because that's a long time ago. But I took over. They used to read to me, and then I took over when I was 4 years old. So I've been reading a long time. It's going on 58 years.
That's awesome.
That's rare.
And I was always in the library when I was in grammar school. I forgot what year. I think I was 8 or 9. My birthday or Christmas, I got the box set of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Yep. And I read that way back then. Yep.
That's definitely a dangerous one to have.
You know what? I was on Facebook a few years ago, but I didn't stay on it long. I didn't like it. So my motto is I would rather have my face in a book than be on Facebook.
Yeah, I can't blame
I like that.
Because you learn so much. I believe we should never stop learning things. That's why I love to read because, not just, I don't really have a favorite kind of book either. I love history. I love, biographies, autobiographies, science fiction, fantasy, you name it.
Did you ever find yourself going into the library before a big test to study up on some things that maybe you were struggling with and you enjoyed the atmosphere of the library because it was a quiet area and you could actually think?
Sometimes, but my favorite subjects were history. Well, they called it social studies back then, and
Yes.
English. Math was not my friend. I mean, anything beyond the regular math. I was just an average student, quiet and shy, unlike now. Sometimes you can't shut me up. You have to get a tranquilizer dart to shut me up.
We've tried doing that. We've tried doing that with Cash, but it doesn't always work.
Yeah.
No, we do it with Baron, man, especially lately. Listen to this guy
Up the
trying
dosage,
to
man! Up the dosage!
Yeah, I'm gonna up the dosage on both of you guys. I'm gonna send Agent Smith to your house.
Well, you've been hitting me so much, I've been getting an immunity to it. So yeah, you got up the dosage.
Immunity.
So you got to up it up a little bit more now.
Oh man. Yeah.
Oh, come on, Phil. Really?
That's
Come
Phil.
on.
Phil's a
This
nut,
is all
dude.
about Cathy.
If
Come on.
I know, seriously, but Phil.
What?
Agent Smith is just—he's at it again, Mr. Anderson.
When did I mention Friends?
I don't know. He's just Phil.
It's Phil being.
When the hell
Phil,
did I say that?
Phil being,
Yeah.
It's Phil being Phil. He's trying to throw us all off.
I never even got into that. I never watched Friends. I never got into that.
Yeah,
right.
You hear that, Cash? You hear that, Cash?
All right, Anonymous likes it too. So
well, like that's supposed to lead any more credence that Adelboss likes it. Oh, come on,
it's good. Yeah, he likes it. It's still one of the. It still ended with one of the best season finales I've seen in a while. So a long time.
Yeah. He sits in his she shed, his wife's she shed, and watches it. That's all you need to know.
His she.
But when it comes around to the trilogy, to Star Wars in general, and and this question comes down to it because it doesn't necessarily mean anything to any particular trilogy or series or such. Because what character do you like the most in the Star Wars? And this is somewhat of a slippery question because it doesn't necessarily mean the same thing. But which one do you identify with the most?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
Well, by my username, Luke Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
But also, actually, because it's more or less, actually, it's all about really Anakin Skywalker's journey.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
From being a slave to Darth Vader. I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd have to say both of them.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I gotta tell you a funny story.
Okay.
Last September, I live in Connecticut, and the town of Seymour, they have a pumpkin festival.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of friends and I went, and as soon as I walk in the area, I look over to the left, I see somebody dressed like Darth Vader, somebody dressed like Luke Skywalker, somebody dressed like a stormtrooper, somebody dressed like Rey, and Boba Fett. So I had to go over there. And I was talking to these people because they were part of the Connecticut 501st and also lightsaber something or other. I forgot what the name was, but anywho, I had to go over and talk to them, and I mentioned about it, big fan of Star Wars, and my YouTube channel, I use Skywalker as my username, and I mentioned this one of the shirts I have has the first Death Star on it, and it says, "This is my happy place." When I said that, whoever was in the Darth Vader outfit gave me a hug. So this year, when we go again in September, I'm gonna wear that shirt, And when I see Darth Vader, I'm gonna go, "Hi, Dad." And you know what? I was almost. I thought of it afterwards. I should have said, like there. On Big Bang Theory, when Sheldon first hugged Penny, that Christmas episode, and she turns to Leonard and goes, "Look, he's hugging me." I should have said that when I got hugged by Darth Vader. Look, he's hugging me.
Well, at least it wasn't a force hug around the neck.
Right.
I mean, there's a plus.
Oh my God.
It's true.
Yeah. That's funny. Another shirt I have, it has Darth Vader on it, and he's holding up his hand and it says "Free Throat Hugs."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there was a Wookiee there too, but it wasn't Chewbacca. I forgot his name. He was like a dark brown and cream colored Wookiee. I had my picture taken with him. It's in my community post way back because that was back last September.
Okay, I'll search for it.
Cool.
That was a lot of fun. I was like, just leave me here. Forget about
I'm in
anything
my
else in
happy
the
place.
festival.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yep. I was nerding out.
But isn't that fun when you go somewhere and you see somebody dressed up as, either Darth Vader or Luke or, any other characters from a show or movie that you watch, and you get to geek out for a few moments and go over and talk with them and take a picture.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I said to the Boba Fett one? I said, "No disintegrations." I couldn't help it. I had to say it. I couldn't help it. And then the stormtrooper, I said, "Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?"
Oh, those are fighting words. Those are fighting words. Good thing they have bad aim.
Yeah.
I know, they have such lousy aim. Oh my God. But that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I bet it was something you weren't expecting to see, folks dressed up in costume at this particular pumpkin patch, and then you see them there, and it's like, I know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God, I didn't expect it. It was like, I can swear, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I said, "Holy shit!" I made a beeline for them, and then I had a like I said, a picture taken with him, and I got some a pamphlet from what the like to recruit me to the Empire. Yeah. Oh boy, that was a lot of fun.
So do you join?
I've heard they have great cookies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I'm just here for the cookies. I'm not really here to support the Empire. I'm just here for the cookies.
Yeah, just give me those Wookiee cookies.
There we go.
Oh boy. So any other questions? I answer anything. Like I said.
Cash, go ahead and ask a question.
Cathy, did you watch the remake of Battlestar Galactica at all?
Yeah, I did. I think I watched most of it. I don't know if I ever finished it, but I was happy to see Richard Hatch's Tom Zarek in it, because he'd been trying to do his own remake or reboot of the show too, because he's written novels, he's written books, and one of the books he wrote I have somewhere, I don't know where it is now, it's called So Say We All. And it was heartbreaking when he passed away from pancreatic cancer a few years ago.
Yeah.
Because he was amazing as not just an actor, but from what I've read about him, he was like a motivational speaker too, and everything. And he also played Jan Barry in the movie Dead Man's Curve about Jan and Dean.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen that movie like about 10 times. Because you know what? Actually, the very first concert I ever went to was Jan and Dean back in 1981 at Oakdale Theater in Wallingford, Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was a theater in the round. And it was amazing how he overcame that horrible accident. He had to learn how to walk and talk and everything all over again.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a video on YouTube of Richard Hatch and Bruce Davison that play Jan and Dean with the real Jan and Dean singing Dead Man's Curve together. That was I like that. That was really cool.
Did you
Let me see if I can find that. I won't be able to play much of it
mhm.
due to YouTube restrictions, but I'm gonna see if I can find that.
Mm-hmm. Of course, I suppose you really liked the last season of the Streets of San Francisco, being that he took over for Michael Douglas on that show. Cathy?
Cathy, are you still there?
Cathy?
I have no internet.
Oh,
Oh,
we had it for a second there.
yeah, we did.
Yep.
What have you done, Baron?
Oh yeah, I used to watch The Streets of San Francisco with Richard Hatch.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of funny. One of the episodes of
because he took over after Michael Douglas left.
Yep. And it's kind of funny that you had an
lost
episode.
Cathy. We lost Cathy.
Oh, lost her?
no.
Oh no. Oh,
Wait,
there
she's
she
back.
is.
No device. Okay. What have you done, Baron? I told you, man.
No,
Stop
I
messing
think
with
it's
those-
you,
I
man.
told you to stop.
No,
I told you to stop
here.
biting those wires, man. You're not a cat. I told you.
No, it's a little girl. Little girl did it.
Freaking little girl.
Yeah.
Can't take her anywhere, or anywhere, or there, or there.
Well, yeah, she's.
So wait,
been
who's
through a couple of my cables?
Who's the cat who behaves better? Is it little
Can you
girl
hear me?
or mouse, or are they both?
Yeah, there we go. Now we hear you. Hey!
There we go.
There we
Yay!
go. Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know.
It kicked you off.
It kicked you off. Yeah.
Maybe
You
you
had
had-
said something earlier, a little
Hello?
while ago about your internet. Hello?
You can hear us?
I don't know what happened. I can't
Can you hear us, Cathy?
hear anybody.
Cathy?
Hello?
All right, let me give her a message in
Hello?
the private chat.
Yeah.
Hello?
What the heck happened?
Can you hear
I
us?
don't know. It kicked her off, and now
Yeah.
she can't hear us.
Dang it.
This is weird.
Don't you just?
She
love
can't hear us,
technology,
but
folks?
we can hear her.
We can hear her just fine. Yeah.
Oh, I'm
you hear
having
us,
internet
Kathy?
problems.
Mm.
Okay.
What the heck happened? Oh, come on.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's going to see the private message, but I just told her to try leaving and
Yeah.
coming back in.
Yeah.
I know what it is. I just figured it out. It's DJ Ronnie G's Turtles. I knew it. He's training them
Can you hear
to
me?
do bad things.
We
I
can hear you. Can you hear us?
Can you hear
I
us?
seem to be having problems here.
If you can hear me, Kathy,
Okay.
try leaving and then coming back
Yeah,
in.
'cause I'm having internet because I'm using the Wi-Fi next door.
Oh.
Well, they gave me the
The secret
password,
stays
so
with
it's
us. Oh, we lost her again.
Lost her
Oh,
again.
man.
Dang it.
No. Shoot.
All right.
The excitement of live entertainment, folks.
Yes, it is. Nothing she can do about the internet.
No. Maybe they're streaming too much next door. Catching that
It could
latest
be
season.
that could be taking the bandwidth away.
Yeah, I've had that. I've had that issue even here. So
Yeah.
but now I got rid of my bandwidth hog. You know.
Yeah.
Phil might be onto something there.
Sure.
I
just blame Baron. When everything goes wrong, you wake up in the morning, you're like, whose fault is it, Baron? You go outside, you fall over. Whose fault is it, Baron?
Well, the thing is you asked that question. They're both pretty well behaved. Either way, they're a lot better than Moby.
Oh, good. You did hear that question. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did. But that's when she started coming back in, and I didn't want to.
Yeah. Right.
Confuse the matter even more because I don't.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So your cats are pretty well behaved. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Well, I think
while we wait for Cathy to hopefully rejoin us, I'll go ahead and start reading this article just to hold some time. And
well, we're talking about cats, Mike. Cats. That's important.
Yeah.
My sister has a cat.
Yes.
He really loves her.
Yeah. Phil's told me I need to get a cat sometime. And I said, maybe.
Maybe. I mean, we had Cash had an inquiring question that was very important that we're discussing.
And I want to thank Myra Gordai over on Rumble for following the channel. Thank you very much.
Oh, welcome
to
this mess. Yeah.
But while we wait for Cathy to hopefully rejoin us, we'll go ahead and talk about this article here about in the comics that I saw last night. I thought it was pretty interesting. So,
yeah.
This is a Cash one. Usually, Cash is the one that throws these at you.
Well, this is one I saw. So,
while
we wait for Cathy to rejoin us.
I mean, I always see articles, but yeah, we didn't think Cathy was going to have internet problems this time. So
no.
Unfortunately, but I hope she comes back soon. I really do.
Yeah, so do I. There's nothing you can do about internet problems.
No.
I know from my own experience, you either have to ride the wave or just wait for a different time.
Mm-hmm. Router on, router off, router on, router off.
Yeah. You could reset your modem and router and still have the same issues because your ISP.
I think
is having their own issues.
I don't remember the scalping issue being as bad with the Switch as it was with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, especially the PS5. Now, of course, you can get a PS5 pretty easily. But even when I bought my Switch, I didn't remember the scalping being that bad. But maybe
is Cash getting ahead of himself here?
No, I'm just saying that I don't remember it being that bad. So I guess it was pretty bad.
You're talking about the story before it was read, so you are getting ahead of yourself.
Oh, I'm just talking about the headlines. So basically,
okay.
So as the headline says, and this article was posted yesterday about it in the comics, Nintendo announced a simple plan to fight Switch successor scalpers. Promises to produce a sufficient number to meet customer demands. We've heard that before from companies, and every launch, there's been a shortage of consoles. It doesn't matter if it's Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony. There's always been a shortage. And delivering a simple but absolutely devastating blow to scalpers everywhere, Nintendo has confirmed that they will be actively working to produce a sufficient number of their Switch successor console in order to slave off the possible formation of any outrageously priced secondhand markets.
I call bullshit.
The Steam video game developer revealed this strategy as part of a larger explanation of their upcoming anti-scalper sales plan given to attendees of their 84th annual general shareholders meeting as held on June 27th. Per a transcript script of the meeting's Q&A session, as provided by the company themselves and machine translated by DeepL, Nintendo president Shuntaro Furukawa was at one point pressed by as to just what measures they were taking to prevent resale of the Switch successor model, particularly as at last year's general shareholders meeting, you mentioned that you would take measures against resale by ensuring sufficient hardware production. In turn, Furukawa asserted, as a countermeasure against resale, we believe that the most important thing is to produce a sufficient number to meet customer demand. And this idea has not changed since last year. Additionally, we are considering whether there are any other measures that can be taken to the extent allowed by laws and regulations, taking into account the circumstances in each region. He further detailed of their resale prevention strategies. To this end, the Nintendo president also explained that the issues responsible for the recent shortage of Switch consoles, namely a worldwide shortage of semiconductor components due to COVID-19 related supply chain issues, had since been resolved and would not threaten their production plans for their next piece of hardware. Yeah, but who knows what other worldwide pandemic might crop up? You never know.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had some bat soup from Wuhan Lab.
Oh, yes.
Last year and the year
China.
before,
The Koopadoof. Yeah.
last year and the year before, we were unable to produce sufficient quantities of Nintendo Switch hardware due to a shortage of semiconductor components, but this situation has now been resolved, he said. We do not believe that the shortage of parts and materials will have a significant impact on production of the successor models at this time. Per a previous report by Bloomberg Tech journalist Takashi Machizuki, according to display shipment data, it appears that in service of their goal of ensuring the hardware will be easy to find for any and all who wish to purchase one, Nintendo will be producing at least 10 million units of their next console. Yet, will we find out information on this next console anytime soon?
Right.
I
Well,
got-
I mean, if they're going to up the price, which is possible, maybe by $100, they're going to really have to sell us to us that this machine is going to be a lot powerful. We're definitely going to have backwards compatibility on our Switch games at least. I wish there was more, but definitely on that. So we'll see what happens. But I agree with you, Mike. We need to see more information before we oh, we're going to pre-order this or we're going to buy this. Yeah.
I already pre-ordered 5 million of them so I could scalp the market.
Oh boy.
Oh, jeez, look at this guy.
I know. It's out of control.
I do want to say hello to Captain N, the game master, who says, "Yo, what up, guys?"
Yo, what's up, man?
Yo.
And ask, how's everything going? Everything's going good. We're reading this article here from Bounding into Comics, where Nintendo is telling their plan to prevent scalpers from scalping the next Nintendo system, the successor to the Switch. At current, outside of its planned production, no official details regarding the next Nintendo console have yet to be detailed. Notably, the existence of the console was first revealed by Furukawa himself, who on May 6th nonchalantly tweeted information regarding its existence in order to dissuade fans from expecting its official announcement at the company's then upcoming Nintendo Direct. We will make an announcement about the successor to Nintendo Switch with the fiscal year, tweeted the president. It will have been over 9 years since we announced the existence of Nintendo Switch. back in March 2015. We will be holding a Nintendo Direct this June regarding the Nintendo Switch software lineup for the latter half of 2024, which is a pretty good lineup. But please be aware that there will be no mention of the Nintendo Switch successor during that presentation. Darn it. We never saw anything on it, unfortunately.
They're teasing us again, Mike.
Maybe it's a red herring. Maybe they will.
A red herring.
But it's already past, Barrett. It's already past. That Nintendo Direct has come and gone, and
oh, well, maybe they did it and you just didn't notice it.
And yet there was a lot more interesting
gameplay. Are you kidding, Barrett? If they had announced it, Twitter would be still up in a blaze because fans are going, "Oh my god, did you see that? Did you see his specs?"
I mean, they do a good job of teasing people about this, especially the Nintendo fans.
They love to dangle that carrot.
I can't say that their direct sucked. I mean, even Angry Canadian and other people who are huge Nintendo fans were like, "Dang, they showed some good stuff." Yeah, they did.
It didn't suck because compared to the Summer Fest, which I thought was more.
Yeah.
Nintendo knocked it out of the park.
Yep. I thought they had some really cool stuff.
All in all, good news for Nintendo fans and particularly parents of young Nintendo fans. Now, who do we talk to about getting the console to launch with a new ship combat focused Star Fox title? Yeah.
Oh,
why not? Star Fox deserves more love than it gets.
Yes, it does. Yep.
Star Fox.
Yeah, what's always funny to me about the Bounty in the Comics articles or Cosmic Comic Book, if people make comments on there too, is things are so negative all the time. How could you like this? This is shit. It's so funny. It's like, guys, it's gonna be okay. It's just take.
It's gonna be fine.
Relax.
Relax.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay.
Take a chill pill.
Yeah.
Something like this.
Everything sucks. Yeah. That's what they say. Pop talks dishing out negativity every single day.
Yep.
And Captain N says, I wonder what Nintendo Switch 2 will be like. Too expensive for me, probably. Excuse me. I still only play NES games mostly.
Dude, I mean, nothing wrong with retro, man. Not at all. That's awesome.
You know what I did?
Captain, do your thing, man.
You know what I did shortly after I ended the Metroid stream last night? I played Super Mario Brothers 3.
Wow.
I wanted to see if I could still do different tricks. And Cathy says,
"Oh,
buffering going on big time here."
Oh, no.
Dang it.
Dang.
Yeah, I know they want to do this, but knock on their door. Hey, can you guys reset your modem and router? I'm a guest on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, can you go watching so much TV right now? I'll let you know when you can start watching again. It was.
And Cathy, if you can't get on again, you are always welcome to come on anytime you wish. I mean that. So if you pop up in the chat and ask if you can be on, you got it. You have my word. I can do that.
You can do that. Not only that, you can call them at 2:00 in the morning and say, "Hey, fire up the internet. Fire up the YouTube. Let's do it right now."
Well, then I'm waking you up at 1:00 in the morning. At least Cash will still be up.
I'll probably still be up too.
I might be around, yeah. Probably watching anime with Phil or something.
Yeah, you're probably going, "Oh, thank God. Rescue me, Mike. Rescue me."
Yes, and what were you going to do, Baron? Call Mike at 1 in the morning? Hey, Mike, what's going on?
Hey, what's
What do
going
you
on, man?
want, you son of a bitch?
Yeah, I just was kind of wondering what's going on. How's the
You
weather?
kidding? You kidding? I'll do what I do with a lot of the scam callers. I'll just look at my phone and let it ring.
Good day, my dear. How are you
Man.
doing today? I just wanted to let you know you might have a virus on your computer.
Hello, Baron.
Well, it could be worse. It could be Phil. Yeah.
Phil's not that bad. Come on.
He's a troll. He's a troll.
He just does his job very well. That's all.
Yeah. He does. That's why. I
From
don't know.
Kraken, worst troll ever.
See, I think there's some doubt out there.
So, I'm going to ask you guys this question.
Yeah.
Nintendo's president has acknowledged that the next system does exist. Will we see or hear about it come the next Nintendo Direct?
Maybe. That's all I can say. Maybe.
Well, I mean, they gotta get it out there. I mean,
Yeah.
and I suppose right now what they're doing with the teasing is just getting people all excited. So you never know what they're gonna do to really get people fired up.
I mean, would it be out of the question to hear excuse me, something around Christmas?
I'm thinking that getting around the holiday season, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what better time? And you'll get especially in this economy, they need to get people excited to go out and buy their stuff, especially with
Yep.
And I suppose it also will help to know which way we're going by that time, with elections and all that. People feel financially secure enough to go, okay, you know what? I think I will open up my wallet book. So
Here you go, Mario. Here's my money. Take it.
Shut up and take my money. Mamma mia.
Woohoo!
Give me a lira. Feed my lira up to me. Oh, yes. I know that was bad, but I tried. But you can't fire off all your shots at one time like that.
No.
That time, then it just kind of gets a little blasé.
You gotta hold your cards close.
Right. Kind of like piece of candy. Piece of candy.
Oh,
yeah, there we go. Yeah, exactly. You kind of need to do that.
I mean, here's another question I do have. Is this next console going to send shockwaves in the gaming industry? Is it going to make Nintendo's rivals in PlayStation and Xbox go, you freaking assholes?
Well, I have to confess one thing. Oh, is Cathy back? I think she's back.
Yes, Cathy is back.
Yay!
Yay!
I think she went next door and had a talk with him. It's like, okay.
This is my internet. Mine.
For this, I'm gonna be. I got something important here. Come on, don't do this to me.
This is my internet. Mine.
I don't know what.
Welcome back, Cathy.
Oh no, we got it back, and oh no, come on, internet, be nice, internet.
Come on, internet, be nice to her.
You can do it.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back.
Welcome back.
You have questions?
Go ahead and ask a question, Cash.
Sure. Another question.
Behave.
Let's see. So out of all the females on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, who was your favorite?
Oh. Any more questions?
Oh, I guess you didn't hear me say that.
Try it again, Cash.
Out of all the females from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, who were some of your favorites besides Buffy?
think. Oh no! Come on, internet.
Yeah,
we lost her
internet's
again.
gonna give
Dang
her
it.
trouble.
I know which one isn't. Cash's isn't. He doesn't like Willow because she's a redhead.
No, I like Willow, dude. She was funny in How I Met Your Mother too. That's another show, Baron. I don't know if you've ever decided to watch it. If you ever watch it, the ending of that was like, "Are you guys kidding me with this?"
I heard that people
It's
were not happy
so
with the ending.
messed up, man. Like, now hold on, and I won't spoil it if you're ever gonna watch the show, but I know it's an older show, but it was just like, man, that was the ending. That's fucked up. Who he ended up with and how he ended up with her, not cool. Not cool.
Boy.
Well,
I think
hopefully Kathy's able to come back
I hope so, yeah.
and join us.
Hope so.
She needs to have their talk with her neighbors and say, come on, what are you doing? Oh, hopefully this worked now. Oh, spinning wheel of death.
Just have patience.
Oh, yes. Always got to have patience. But I was not interested in really watching that show, though, Cash.
Yeah, I got
Be
you.
honest. Yeah, I don't know. Just Doogie Howser in there. I don't know.
He was very funny in that.
Oh, I heard he was.
Right.
Well, you can do it. Come on.
Come on, man.
Yeah, you can do it. You're sitting in the tree shed. You should be able to fire that up. And we lost her again.
We lost her again. No.
She left again. I mean, come on, Cass. You got the money, Ben.
Oh,
We have proof right here.
It's not a liquid. It's a great many pieces of solid matter that form a hard floor-like surface. Ah!
Beat me to it.
Oh man, such a horrible idea.
Well, Scrooge can do it.
Yeah.
Keep trying, Kathy. I know myself with internet problems. Yes. It could be a pain.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Keep trying. Don't give up. Yep.
In the meantime, we'll go ahead and talk about this article from Superhero Hype. Now, the other day, we talked about the Christopher Reeve documentary that's coming out in September.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah. That should be interesting, definitely. Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently, Christopher Reeve's son is going to be in James Gunn's Superman. According to this article from Superhero Hype. This article that we have here was posted just yesterday. It's by Brandon Schur. It says Christopher Reeve's son, Will Reeve, has a role in James Gunn's DCU Superman movie. Will Reeve, the son of the iconic Superman star Christopher Reeve, has a role in James Gunn's DCU superhero movie. Will Reeve's father, Christopher, famously played the Man of Steel in the 1978 Superman movie. And subsequent sequels, including 1980's Superman 2, 1983's Superman 3, and 1987's Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
Boo, the bad movie, bad one. Come on, what were you thinking, Christopher?
Who is Christopher Reeve's son playing in James Gunn's Superman? Per Variety, Will Reeve will be a journalist and ABC News correspondent. Will play a TV reporter in the upcoming DCU Superman movie. It's unclear how much screen time Will Reeve will have, though Variety describes his role as a cameo. Superman, formerly known as Superman Legacy, will be the first official film entry in Gunn and Safran's forthcoming DCU. The movie is scheduled to hit United States theaters on July 11th, 2025, so next year. Along with Will Reeve, the film stars David Corenswet as Clark Kent, Superman, Rachel Broshan Brosnahan. I don't know. I flubbed that one. I flubbed that one.
Some lady.
As Lois Lane, Isabella Merced as Hot Girl, and Nicholas Holt as Lex Luthor, Skylar Gisano as Jimmy Olsen, Maria Gabriela de Ferreira as the engineer, Anthony Kerrigan as Metamorpho, Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, Edie Gathrick as Mr. Terrific, Sarah Sapaio as Eve Tressmaker, and Terrence Rosemore as Otis, Wendell Pierce as Perry White, Pruitt Taylor Vince as Jonathan Kent, Neva Howell as Martha Kent, Beck Bennett as Steve Lombard, and Michaela Hoover as Cat Grant, and Christopher McDonald as Ron Trope.
Wait a moment. Lombard? Oh, yeah, if you could go out there and save the planet, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Well, Christopher McDonald, Shooter McGavin.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah, he's a very good actor.
And Lieutenant Castillo on yesterday's Enterprise for Next Generation.
Yep. I thought he retired.
Oh, guess he's still getting work. It says Frank Grillo was also spotted in costume as Rick Flag Sr., a character he'll first play in the animated Creature Commandos series releasing this December on the set of Superman. Additionally, Sean Gunn has been cast as Maxwell Lord in the DCU, while Millie Alcock is playing Supergirl, though it's unknown whether either of them will appear in Superman. Superman officially began production on February 29th of this year. Production is expected to last through August. The film will be part of DCU's first chapter, which is called Gods and Monsters.
Yeah. I wish I could say I was excited.
I wish I could say I was excited about it too, but I have my questions about this.
Yeah. Well, James Gunn right there.
Yeah, I mean, he's still. I'm going to have to find that quote of what he said before about Batman 89, but that just.
Well,
that still worries me. It just does.
But having Nathan Fillion playing Guy Gardner, I like that cast.
Oh yeah, man, Nathan Fillion. Yeah, I felt he was a bit wasted in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 personally.
I haven't seen. Oh,
okay. Oh wait. Oh, she's back.
Let's hope. Cross fingers.
Hello. Anybody
cross
out
all
there?
digits. Cross your toes. Cross your fingers.
Anybody out there?
Cathy, can you hear us?
Oh. Remember when they said all this technology was going to help us and everything was going to work so smoothly?
Come on, man.
Technology.
Yeah, and like I said, I know how frustrating it can be, especially with the last few game streams I've had. I look at it on the YouTube side and it says YouTube's not receiving enough bit rate. It's like, oh, come on.
Yeah, and their problem with the old Dark Forces again, didn't you?
What the hell?
Oh.
Nope. Dun, 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 dun. Nope. Okay.
Got it a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even if she moves to a different section of the house. It depends on where the signal's coming from.
Yeah. Oh, there she is. Oh, there she is. So,
Kathy, can you hear us?
Cathy, are you out there? There.
No, it's frustrating when the
Yes.
internet's not cooperating.
oh,
Yes, it is.
or when the computer crashes on you, it's like,
You just
like
need
my
to go
old
to
one
your
would do.
friend's house
Yeah.
or whatever system you guys got over there. It says all your internet are belong to me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, remember last year with my old computer? It would
Mhm.
crash in the middle of a show.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You got the blue screen of death.
Yep.
Now, I'm lucky my old computer is still working, but I mean, yeah, she you know, it's like, yeah, she's showing her age, you know. So I have it. So at least I know I got something for an emergency if something should happen. But I like my new computer. It's kind of like your computer,
But-
except you spruced yours up a little bit more.
I did. I did.
Oh, well, we lost her again.
Oh,
all right.
All right.
Kathy, I promise you that anytime you want to come on, you can come
Yes.
on.
Yep. Cash, I want you to go to our next door neighbor and talk to him,
Right?
please. Go over there, talk to him, and say, "Hey, listen,
What's going on, man?
Yeah, what's going on here?
Come
We need to
man.
talk to Kathy. This is very important,
Yes.
and you're denying us that ability to talk to this lovely lady." Yeah, well, yeah, almost an hour. That's yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, I know how frustrating
Oh.
internet issues can be.
Excuse me.
Oh, here we go.
What?
Here we go. I found exactly what James Gunn thought about Tim Burton's Batman. You guys ready for this?
All right.
Cash is all
Is it an
excited.
article? Is it something you want to share?
No. It's just something I'll just read. So,
All right.
Gunn's harshest and most in-depth analysis of Burton's film comes in his final comment. The Tim Burton Batman is poorly written. The soundtrack is the worst work of everyone involved, and it is absolutely one of the most boring films ever. Wow. And this is the guy who's one of the main heads of DC. Mm-hmm. Right.
And no wonder, yeah. See, again, no faith. I have no faith in this man.
And then game rants all like James Gunn's opinions on Batman 89 are valid.
Well, of course they'd say that.
Of course, right?
They want to make sure they get that exclusivity to talk to him. It's like, see, we agree with you, James. See, talk to us now. We're friends.
Right, and then there's this whole thing about Burton who's gone on record saying he didn't read the comics, and it's clear. Batman himself is this weirdo who sleeps upside down and murders people. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sakes. Jeez. Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. It's the DCFU. That's what it's going to become now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
and I love DC. I'm a DC guy, man. This hurts me,
I
man.
know. Marvel and DC and all this other stuff is just.
Well, I don't care about Marvel.
Yeah,
They can go down
I
the
know.
toilet for all I care.
But even
Marvel.
like that new Transformers film, it's like, dude, this is not the humor of Transformers. Oh, it is. Just like the whole thing of Master Chief. It's like, this is not how Master Chief would act. Oh, it doesn't matter. That's your problem.
Transformers? Did you say Transformers?
I did.
Why did you say Transformers? Cash. Oh, God.
I did it. I said it.
Yeah. I was trying hard not to.
Silence, better scream.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
No. I'm bringing it up because there's a new Transformers game coming out.
Woo!
And I'm hoping they're not too much for this game. Doesn't look like a game that should cost you $50, more like $20.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that means it's going to be 70.
Yeah, right.
Huh. Never know.
Da-na-na-na-na-na.
We got your money now.
That's right.
Pretty much. But yeah, a new Transformers game was announced today. It wasn't Transformers Reactivate like some of us have been hoping would get the final release announcement when it was teased a couple of years ago at the last Summer Game show. But let's check this out, shall we?
3, 2, 1. Let the galactic trials begin. Race in all.
Is he trying to sound like Optimus Prime? I can
think
do a
so.
better Optimus Prime than he can. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not.
Well,
Fight in bot mode.
But you see why I say it shouldn't be any more
Mm-mm.
than $20.
Okay, yeah.
I hate to say it. It looks like a mobile game.
Yeah, it does.
No, I mean, I'm just being
yeah,
honest.
yeah. No. I don't disagree with you on that.
Looks like a
Take
game you
care.
play for 10 minutes and then you throw in the
But-
trash. I don't know.
But
Just-
here's me nitpicking. This is Megatron, leader of all Decepticons. Why is he holding a handgun when he has his fusion cannon?
yeah,
The
that's
more the
just-
merrier.
Though, but that's good nitpicking. So
Play as an Autobot.
Why would I want to
Wow.
play as a lonely Autobot when I can
can
be
you
a
play as
Decepticon?
can you be a Decepticon also, or?
Or
Yeah.
as a Decepticon.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
But we know Mike. He wants to be Optimus, so he's going to play as that.
He's gonna play Optimus.
I'll play as both Optimus and Megatron. You kidding me, Baird?
Play solo.
Hansel?
Play against a friend.
Yes,
Uh,
I challenge you, Cash Money,
Yes.
and you, Baron Scream, to a match.
I also want to know how the controls are going to be because,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah,
the
yeah.
older Transformer games, they were better. I mean, even Devastation, the controls weren't bad. They weren't the
But
best.
you,
but they weren't
you
bad.
know what this kind of looks like to me? It's Mario Kart set in the Transformers universe.
Yeah. Well,
And one of the differences is you can go from bot mode to vehicle mode.
yeah. I mean, I was just kind of looking at it. So this looks like more of a racing game than anything else. But yeah, okay. Yeah,
Well,
Mario.
that's
There
what
you go, Mario.
that's
yeah.
that's what Mario Kart is, Baron. A racing.
I know
game.
it is. I know it is. It's like now I can see even more close similarities to Mario Kart. You know, than
Transformers Galactic Trials.
even the logo they put on there. I'm sorry, that looks like a mobile game. You know, something that you play on your phone.
Yeah, it does. But again, it's not a game that I would expect to cost a lot of money, but you never know.
Yeah. That's it, Kathy. You let him know. Give him what for. There, I hope that taught you a lesson, Animas. Do.
Yeah, and I don't know that I would buy this per se. Even if it does say Transformers, I just thought it'd be something to show during tonight's show.
Oh yeah, it's fun to look at. I mean, we gotta look at everything, but you know what? I hate to say it, doesn't really grab me. It really doesn't grab me.
No, and the game that I've mentioned was Transformers Reactivate. They again said that it was supposed to be coming out this year. The studio that's making it, when they announced the teaser a couple of years ago at the Summer Games Fest, and nothing was even said at the Summer Game Fest.
Yeah,
And
this is the
they
perfect year.
start, then they start taking down promotional videos. You know, the teasers. So you're thinking, is this game still a thing, or has it been canceled and they're just keeping quiet about it? Because you know how it is. Games get announced, and then they're quietly canceled for whatever reason.
Not fully finished, almost finished, but still, we'll just pull the plug. Kind of like Star Wars 1313, yeah.
Yeah.
Did we lose Cash? We lost Cash, did it? Yeah.
Yeah. He said he'll be back.
Yeah. Oh, he is back.
Cathy,
okay.
Cathy said, "I never watched How I Met Your Mother."
It's okay. It was fine until the end, and then that ending was like, what?
Yeah, that's all I know is I just heard all the people complaining about that ending of that show.
It was just like, this is not good.
But yeah, I mean, I heard that was He-Man's 40th the other day.
That's right, it was.
He-Man.
But I mean, that Transformers game could be pretty good, but it does somewhat remind me of a mobile game, and
yeah. It has some mobile games graphics. It doesn't have the graphics that you saw in War for Cybertron.
No, we should get more of
Cybertron.
That. Or Devastation. Get more of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And that's what I wish a game company would do.
Yes.
Whoever Hasbro entrusts to make the next Transformers console game, if that ever happens, I say if because of how long it's been since the last Transformers console game, and that was the remaster of Fall of Cybertron. I don't count the Earthspark game, but whoever they entrust, they have to make a game that isn't too kid friendly. I'm sorry.
I agree. They do.
Well, they need what they should do is they should come up with a game and have them on Earth like the TV show, right? And the far distant future of 2005, like in the Transformers movie. And while you're at it, if you're a Decepticon, you get points for stepping on Spike. But if you're an Autobot, you lose points for stepping on Spike. How do you like that?
Oh, wow, Bear. That got dark.
What?
And hello to Bode. And
hey, Bone.
Please let this work. She's back.
Hello
Yay,
again.
We can hear her.
Yay! Can you hear us?
I was upstairs. Now I came downstairs. Maybe better connection. I don't know.
There's probably better downstairs than it is upstairs.
Maybe closer to the router.
I think that's where my neighbors have their computer downstairs. They're my friends too. So, well.
So they hook you up with that free internet, love, huh?
Yep. So, anyway, any more questions?
Yeah, I was wondering, like, of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, besides Buffy, what other female characters do you like on that show?
Willow.
Yeah, she's a great character. I agree.
Oh, don't lie.
And then after a while,
Willow's great.
And after a while, Cordelia, she got her character got better instead of being a snob.
She was a bitch. She was a bitch, but you could see why she was a bitch. She needed a reality check.
It's her neighbors, Anonymous. It's her neighbors.
Yeah, it's she was a bitch, but her character definitely grew because she needed a reality check, just like Faith.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A reality check too.
What, you're trying to say they had character growth on that show?
I know. What? Come on, man.
With a bunch of women who are like almost main characters that are strong. What?
Baron Pop's a bad dude. Yeah, Baron Pop's a bad dude, but yes, yeah, a lot of character growth. A lot with Spike and Angel, Willow. Yeah.
I just read what DJ Ronnie G said.
Freaking DJ. Yeah.
I don't believe that. I would expect them to have the most powerful router in the bathroom. Because I do.
Yeah. DJ Ronnie G was actually born in a lab, so he's half electronic, half man. Yep.
In part turtle.
In part
Router,
turtle. Part
router, rooter.
Router. Oh, okay. Out of here.
And you know, Willow, you know, she was more quiet, and then like she grew out of you know, her how she felt about everything, and of course she had that crush on Xander, and you know, then she realized that she was into women, but the way that they did it was very interesting, Kathy, because there was all this character growth, and however you feel about Joss Whedon, the man is all about the character growth.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But
another show that I liked that he did was Firefly.
Yeah, Firefly was
that was
great.
very good.
Firefly was great, and I was so
too
happy.
Bad Fox didn't know what to do with it.
They didn't know what to do with it, and they kept moving it around. They were killing that show. They had such problems with it. It was great. Sci-fi meets Western. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Yes.
Well, it was basically the role-playing game Traveler in Space, which was wonderful.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool.
Oh, and I'm not saying that as an insult or a slight.
Right,
A lot of people made that comparison, but it's like, if
no,
we're going to do
like
a Traveler TV show, this is it, man. This is it.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Without the wolf people.
Yes. Yeah.
The Varg.
Well, they were, you know, that show was also willing to kill off characters that people like, and the way that they did it, it was like, well, that's fucked up, but it had to happen. That there had to be sacrifices. I can't remember the enemy that they were trying to kill. I think it started Reavers or something like that.
Something like that, yeah, Reavers.
They were scary, but they did a good job of making those things intimidating. Like, oh crap, you don't want these things.
Well, they were humans. They're crazy, insane radiation dosed humans. So yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the movie was really good, and it was funded by the fans, and it was like, because people were like, that's not the ending we deserve of Firefly. Yeah, great show.
Yep.
Yeah, I could see it.
Oh no, you wouldn't want my internet.
Yeah.
Do you want the feds tracing you, Phil? You don't want my internet. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I have a joke.
Okay.
It's an original and corny, but I can't help it. It's genetic. Corniness runs in the family.
Hey, I live in Minnesota. We're going to have a lot of corn around here. So
I mean, Baron's always corny, so go ahead, Kathy.
What did Neptune say to Saturn?
I see Uranus.
Well, close. It says, "Get Uranus out of my way."
Oh, okay. There we go. I figured it had a Uranus. When you're dealing with planets, there's got to be Uranus somewhere in there.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that, Anonymous. And Phil used to probably throw his GoBot toys at people too when he was younger. Get out of here! Go away!
Yeah, Phil.
And people say, "Why do you sound like that?" He said, "I've always sound like that. I lost my teeth today. What the hell, man?" That's right, Phil. Rodney. Anyways, but yeah.
Who dropped Phil on his head this time?
He's always
doesn't need anyone to do that. He can do it
does
himself.
He does this all the time. Like if you see him around DJ Ronnie G, he's like, "Oh, is that guy wearing a white shirt?" It's like, why does it matter to you? We're gonna get him some new colors, man. Come on, man.
So now that we tickle my elmo. Now that we seem to have a secure link here to Ms. Skywalker, thankfully here, and I'm glad you walked out next door and talked to your neighbors and say, hey, quit streaming. I got this show I'm on.
Come on, I'm doing
So
something very important. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
this is very important. This is Pop Talk, man. This is Pop Talk, the top show on the internet.
Yeah.
I'm on this show with these three knuckleheads.
The show is so popular, PewDiePie watches. But okay,
Hello.
So as it goes,
the Three Stooges.
So now, of course, one of the things that was brought up, of course, is your love of Vikings. What the hell was that? Oh, hello.
I was getting a phone call.
Sounded like a phone.
Yeah, did you hear that? I was getting a phone call. I just declined because it's a friend of mine. I'll talk to her later. Now that I got a connection, I want to stay on here.
I don't blame you.
Mm-hmm.
Is she probably calling? And go, hey, you're on Rap Talk.
See, Pop Talk is so popular in its own mind. We're getting calls to be on the show.
Yeah,
I think I told her I was going to be on here today, so I don't know. Sometimes people get a brain fart and forget what I tell them.
That's usually Cash. We tell him things, and he's like, "What?"
Oh God!
Oh, that was
in the one in the same conversation. It's like, weren't you listening? But coming back to Cathy here, because she is our lovely guest today. Now, you're of course bringing up for Vikings. Now, is Vikings something into history that you like, or do research in, or is it just a TV show? Or
I love the TV show. It was suggested by a friend, and I checked it out. There's 6 seasons, and I'm on the last season. It is really a good show. Violent, but I'm not a squeamish person. If I could watch The Walking Dead, the walkers eating people,
yes.
It doesn't bother me.
Exactly. That's what we did every time Baron gets out of hand. We keep sending the zombies over to his house.
Oh, they never used that word though on the show. They never called them zombies.
No, they just call them walkers, yeah.
Or biters, or something else. It depended on, I think it was the governor called them biters. There was 4 or 5 different names for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? One thing, I wish that show had been filmed in Connecticut instead of Georgia, because I would have liked to have gone and auditioned to be a walker.
Yeah,
I could have done that. I could shuffle around and go.
Hey, if it was done in Delaware, Phil could have done it.
That's true.
Perfect. Yeah.
That's true. Phil would have made a good quality walker. I agree.
Yeah. A quality controller. But when it comes around the Vikings, though, is it just like the TV show you're interested in? Or are you fascinated by the history at all?
Well, the history too, because I'm a big history fan. I've read about, I've read about Irish history. I've read, about Native American history. Now, I have a book about Vikings. I haven't read it yet, but I'll get to it eventually. It's like I wish I had more hands and more eyes to read more books at the same, read 2 books at the same time.
I know what you mean.
Do you have a particular period of history that you really enjoy?
Well, good question. All periods. I don't know. I don't really have a particular favorite.
Anything that catches your fancy, kind of.
Well, kind of. If I had to pick, maybe the 30s with the gangsters and stuff, because that's another thing I've been interested in since I was a little kid. Bonnie and Clyde. And I don't mean the movie. I mean the actual people.
Yeah, the actual Bonnie and Clyde. Where you can actually go to a museum and see their bullet hole ridden car that they were driving.
Because when I was little, I don't remember how well the book was published in 1968, but my oldest brother George gave me a paperback about them. It was like I think it cost like 75 cents back then.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, because it was written by Clyde's sister and Bonnie's mother. And back then, I even had a pair of gerbils that I named Bonnie and Clyde. But they never shot anybody or they never robbed any banks or anything.
Oh, that's a shame. They could have at least gotten you a little bit extra cash. Wake up in the morning, there's a couple of bags of cash. They're wearing the little, he's wearing the little hat and she's got the little flap protectors. And you ain't seen nothing. You saw nothing. Yeah. Just this is yours. You just ain't seen nothing. And it's like, okay.
Oh, you know what? I also way back when I had a kitty named Buffy, but she didn't slay any vampires.
Mice?
What about mice?
No, because we didn't have any. No mice came in. Well, we had 2 cats at the time, Midnight and Buffy, but we never had any mouses in the houses. I think they smelled the cats and said, "Oh no, don't go in there."
Yeah.
Nope, not going in that house. No.
Exit stage right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yep. No, but like I just love history, reading about it, and like it was one of my favorite subjects, and it's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, they're basically stories, but they're about real people, and that's the thing that really is enthralling. It's like, wow, I mean, this is a great story, but this really happened, type of thing. And
yeah, because like on Vikings, there was that character, one of the Ragnar Lothbrok, and there was a because there really was and then there was a real Floki, and I don't know if there was if Lagertha was a real person, but Ragnar had several sons. The oldest was Bjorn Ironside, they called him. And Ivar the Boneless, because he was born crippled. And then there was Sigurd had this, when he was born, he had it looked like a snake around the pupil in his eye. Yep.
Sigurd the Dragon Slayer.
Because it's interesting to learn about, because I already knew about like Valhalla and everything and Ragnarok and all that. And it's like when I first started watching Vikings, I kept hearing that song by Led Zeppelin, the Immigrant Song, in my head. Valhalla, I am coming.
Oh yeah, that's a favorite amongst many Viking reenactors is that song. So
yeah,
I heard it many times. Many times. Don't put it under the ice. Yep. Any other television shows or anything that has grabbed you lately besides the ones you've mentioned? I would recommend.
Oh, let's see. Somebody recommended that show Black Sails to me. I watched the first season about pirates and whatnot. I might end up going back to that, but first I gotta finish Vikings. Then I want to go back. I said wait for season 2 of Forever Night because I only had the first season, so I want to go back and finish that. And then I found in my favorite thrift store a while back the first season of Buffy, so I want to go back and finish that before I start.
If you're interested in like the West, which I'm guessing you are, I highly recommend Hell on Wheels. That was a really good show.
Yeah, I think I started watching that.
Great show.
I might have watched the first season. Yeah. Because, I mean, there's so many, I watched Homeland with Claire Danes.
Yeah, I heard good things about that. I never really got into that.
Blacklist with James Spader.
Watched a little bit of that. I know of that show, yeah.
Oh, another one I like, Scandal with Kerry Washington. That was a good show. The Handmaid's Tale.
I remember Scandal, yeah.
Boardwalk Empire and Empire.
I love Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah, that was a great one. And Empire with Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson.
Never got into that one, but I know of it. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's why I say my fandoms are all over the place. All different things. Not one particular genre.
Right.
Which is good. Yeah, I mean,
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of us can sit back and say, even though we do talk about a lot with the science fiction, fantasy, and comics, that there's a little bit more wide range that we do like amongst it. Like westerns. Both, I think we all kind of like westerns, Mike especially. But yeah, I mean, it's good to be a little bit more versed out and not be a slave to just one type of genre.
Exactly. Yeah. Keep an open mind. That's all I do. I like to think I'm very open-minded. That's why I like all kinds of music. One of my friends only really likes 60s, the Beatles, the Beach Boys. Nothing wrong with that, but I like to expand. It's good to expand your horizons.
Right. Yeah. As I like to say, be eclectic about it. And there's nothing
be
wrong
like
with
a Viking and explore new territory.
Yeah, exactly. Because you never know what you're going to find and what you're going to like and what's going to open up new doors for you, new horizons.
Exactly.
What about comedies, Cathy? There's not many, unfortunately, sitcoms that I would consider really good anymore.
Well, I like the classics, like I Love Lucy, MASH.
Oh yeah, MASH, right?
I love the first season of MASH.
There's a lot of comedy in MASH, yeah. Even though it got serious, yes.
Yeah, because I have the first season because it was my late brother's favorite show, and that was one of his belongings, and I kept that. And I've got in my collection, I've got different ones. I like I mentioned, Big Bang Theory. Some people don't like it, but I
Yeah, I mean, it went on for 13 seasons. It's just those last few seasons, Cathy, especially the Sheldon monologues were not very good. They didn't put much thought and effort into them, and some of those episodes just weren't that good either. But I did think the show ended well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like I said, I Love Lucy. I have in my collection. I got the Carol Burnett Show. I don't get every season of every series, but randomly. Right. Yes. Cheers. I've got 2 seasons. No.
Cheers was a great show.
Mm-hmm. I got the first season of Cheers. I got 2 seasons of Night Court. I have Golden Girls. Everybody Loves Raymond.
That's a pretty funny show. Happy Days is a great show, yeah.
Laverne and Shirley. I don't have any of them, but I love Laverne and Shirley and Three's Company.
Oh, yeah.
Hysterical.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they are.
And what else? Married with Children.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay, all right. I got to play this clip then. I've got to. I'm obligated.
Okay.
To play this clip.
What the hell you say?
And you know what? It's hard. It's so funny seeing, Katie Seagal as Peggy Bundy and then watching Sons of Anarchy where she plays Gemma.
Yeah. She has a lot of range, I know. And even seeing her as in Futurama, it's crazy. Definitely a different character.
I have a coffee mug with Gemma on it, holding that skateboard that she whacked Cherry in the face with that time. That young woman, Cherry, because she'd been with Clay. And Gemma grabbed that skateboard and whacked her in the face, broke her nose. So the coffee cup says, "What would Gemma do?"
Probably break somebody's nose.
With a
And then I have another a bigger I use it for tea, but it's a big mug. I got it from the Spirit of Halloween store one year. It says, "Normal people scare me."
I concur.
Yes.
What's normal?
Cash
It's a 7-month abortion.
Baron going outside and telling people that he's a helicopter. That's normal.
No,
helicopter.
Well, it's better than being like Cash, who's out there whenever they film a movie, trying to with his chin out there, trying to. Hey, you need an extra or that next. You need the next thing. Ben Affleck's going through some problems right now. I can,
I just had in for Ben Affleck.
I just had to laugh because talking to that one guy that a few weeks ago, it's been at least a few weeks, talking to him, and what does he bring? What do you think he brings up, Baron, out of all the shows? Exactly. But it was just funny because it's like, no, not this again.
Cash is stuffing his face with the macaroni and free macaroni and cheese they're giving him, and he's being regaled about that.
I can't say it wasn't nice to be spoiled with catering. I can't say it wasn't. That was pretty nice.
Yeah, and I know if I'm going to see that movie, I'm going to see you in the window. When they come by the house, there you are in the window looking out.
No. That's only on Apple TV. The other one's on Netflix, Amazon. That's right. Yeah, one's on Amazon.
Oh, another show.
Mm-hmm.
Another show I'm a fan of is Mad Men.
Oh, Mad Men was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Suits? Have you ever watched Suits or gotten into that one?
No, I never watched that one.
You might like Suits, yeah.
Yeah, the Long Suffering was watching it.
Royal Pains was a.
No, never watched that one either.
Watched that one? Okay.
No.
Do you see the guys that were in Suits are now doing T-Mobile commercials?
Yeah, they are. Well, I'm sure it's good money.
Oh, another sitcom I borrowed it from the library a while back. That was so freaking funny. Was Schitt's Creek?
Yes, I've watched.
I've heard of it.
It was hilarious.
I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
No,
it's funny. Just saying the name is funny.
Funny show, yes.
Yeah.
It's with Eugene.
And Catherine O'Hara is a hoot in it.
She is.
She has all these wigs. She calls them her babies. She was always my babies.
It's a funny show.
She's always been a quality actress too.
Oh yeah, she has.
Chris Elliott, I think, was in it too. Kathy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
He's weird.
Yeah.
He's weird. Yeah.
Eugene Levy.
He's the mayor. I think he's the mayor, if I remember that.
Yeah. Eugene Levy and his son. His son played his son on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that show won a bunch of Emmys too. Yeah, it's a funny show.
Well, I mean, Cathy O'Hara and Eugene Levy, it almost sounds like you're trying to get the old SCTV team back.
Right. Oh my gosh, going back. Yeah, that was a funny show.
Yeah. That was funny. I used to watch it sometimes. Another one, the original Saturday Night Live is what I like that one too.
Oh yeah.
Original.
Yeah, with the original cast, and
that's
when the show is funny.
Rosanna Dana.
Yeah.
Oh, what was the one that she did where she I think it was Emily Latella, another Gilda Radner character, that she talked about world peace instead of world peace and endangered feces.
Yeah.
And violins on TV.
Yep.
Never mind.
Yep. Never mind.
Oh, that was funny. The original, not ready for primetime players.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Aykroyd and John Belushi doing the Blues Brothers on there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Who knew that would turn into a movie? But yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, actually, a bit that made a good movie.
Oh, really did. God, really good film. Yeah.
We're on a mission from God.
We're on a mission from God. Yeah, it's like, hey, don't you blaspheme in here. Don't you blaspheme.
we got our shades. We got our smokes.
Yep.
Hit it.
Yeah. Yeah. They go
that was
while the cops are chasing him.
I can hear Cash and Baron now, but when they give their address to where they live, 1060 West Addison, that's frequently filled.
It's great. Yeah. It's also going to be ladies' night. They're like having that car on the beach and that old.
Well, we got
broken
both
down,
kinds of music
police.
here, country
You got-
and western.
You got my cheese whiz, boy. You got my cheese whiz.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What about
And-
Fridays? Do you remember Fridays, Kathy, at all?
Yeah, I do.
ABC's attempt? Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good. I mean, that's when things changed over at Saturday Night Live, and the cast changed, and then they started trying to do their own there. You know.
Oh, no, remember, like with music variety shows, Midnight Special
Oh yeah.
and Don Kirshner's rock concert.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch those too.
Our Friday night videos. That was the
I
that was the
remember that.
MTV for those that didn't have cable.
Yeah, exactly. I used
The
to
only
watch that.
way we would see those later on, like in my generation and Mike's generation, is if it was being shown again. Yeah, that's the only way.
Yeah, you watched it on the oldies channel. Admit it. That's what you.
The some kind of syndication or something. So then it might pop up. But even some of that stuff is gone now. Like it can be very hard to find that unless people archive it on other sites and whatever. Yeah.
Like with that Midnight Special, I got 6 DVDs from different years of different artists that were on the show. I got them from a thrift store. They were like $1 a piece.
Nice.
And
so you could get some good finds when you go into a thrift store.
Yeah, I got season. This was a few years ago. Season 3, 4, and 5 of Mad Men that were brand new, still in the wrapper, for $5 a piece. So I grab them because if I see something I like, I take it. Because if you wait, it'll be gone the next time.
Yep.
Wow.
So, you
have
know,
to move fast.
The Midnight Special, 72 to 81. Wow.
Yep. Exactly.
a lot of great artists on there, and then they had the comedy part too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Well, like George Carlin and I forgot who else.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
George Carlin. The 7 words you can't say on the TV or whatever it was.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Oh, that reminds me of another sitcom I liked was that 70s show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good show.
I thought the parents were the funniest parts about that show, personally.
Oh my God, yeah, Red with foot up the ass. Every show he said that at least once about putting his foot up somebody's ass.
Yep. Or I just love the way he said "dumbass" when Kurtwood Smith would deliver that line. Dumbass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about the episode where Kitty smoked the pot and she was like seeing weird things?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, and just gotta remember Red Foreman. He's the guy that killed RoboCop, or
That's true. He did.
Yep, Clarence Boddicker.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, damn good movie. Damn good actor too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's made guest appearances on Star Trek. He was in Star Trek 6 as the president.
Mm-hmm. Quality actor. Yep.
Oh, Kurtwood? You talk about Kurtwood?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kurtwood Smith.
He was in a season of 24 too. He played a
that's right.
senator.
He was.
Yeah, trying to prosecute Jack or whatever.
Yeah. Even the new 24 was good. It wasn't as good as the original, but it was still good.
I never watched the reboot. If without Kiefer Sutherland as Jack Bauer, it's not 24 to me.
He popped up.
Oh, he did?
He did. Yep.
Oh.
But yeah, no, 24 was an amazing show.
Yeah, and it's like I wonder how many times somebody said "damn it" on there.
I wonder if there's a YouTube video where they have a count of how many times it was said in the show.
Yeah, I think there. Yeah, and just like there is one about how many times Red Foreman said something about a foot up someone's ass.
Well, the thing is that's how a lot of dads were back in that day too. It's like, yep, no lie.
Well, here's the thing too. As we get older, some of us can relate to Red a little bit more.
Well,
oh yeah,
my dad wasn't like that. Well, he passed away almost 52 years ago, the 6th of this month, but he wasn't like Red Foreman. That's for sure.
Well,
I don't know how he would have been if he had lived longer, and But when I was in high school, I never got in trouble. I never smoked pot. Never sat in anybody's basement in a circle smoking pot. I was a quiet kid, quiet and shy. I didn't do much talking. Now, forget it. Like I said before, forget about it.
Did you, Cathy, did you ever watch a show like Dexter or, because I know that was a popular show.
No, I never watched Dexter.
Did you ever watch that one with the serial killer in there? Okay.
No.
Cathy's life story.
Yeah, sure. Sure, Baron.
Oh, another funny show I used to watch was Family Matters with Steve Urkel.
Yes. I still watch old episodes of Family Matters. Yeah.
I do that?
I still think that
impressions.
I still enjoy that show more than Full House. Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Did I do that? Got any cheese? Party of the year, Carl! Party of the year!
We don't have shows like Family Matters anymore, or Full
Fresh
House,
Prince of Bel-Air,
yeah,
Full House. I mean, there was always values with those shows, and it would have been nice.
Yeah,
the last one that I've seen was that actually had values in it was Young Sheldon, and that's rare to find nowadays. Unfortunately.
I used to watch The Facts of Life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've watched.
You used to watch The Facts of Life. You used to watch Give Me a Break.
Yeah.
I've watched the show before. Yeah.
Alf.
Yeah, Alf was a good show. Yeah.
Ha! Ha!
It's a small wonder. It's a small wonder. That was
you watched that, Cash?
I did.
I did too.
I did too. It was something that was kind of a guilty watch. Going, it's like this isn't a good show, but why am I watching it?
They had some good cast members on that show.
Yeah, and of course, Jesse the Body I was on that show once. It's like, oh, that's nice.
Oh, was he? Oh,
yeah, he was on there.
Jeez, I didn't.
Yeah,
I was on there. Hero Bottle played me. Outacted me.
It's Jesse the Body Ventura. Oh boy. Who knew he would be turned into such a nutcase? I think he's pretty much irrelevant these days, Baron, but I could be wrong.
I saw him talking about something.
Kathy, did you ever watch the original Quantum Leap?
Oh.
I watched it sometimes. I never watched it steadily, but I have seen it in the past.
Yeah. They still, I think, show it on the Sci-Fi Channel. Because, of course, I never grew up with Quantum Leap, but watching it finally let's check this out. I've never really sat down and watched this. I went, dang, this show's really fun. Yes.
Well, I know it. Two of my favorite shows when I was little, a youngling, was Speed Racer.
Good show.
And Kimba the White Lion.
Kimba the White Lion. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the Lion King?
Well, that's where they got their idea, supposedly.
I know.
I'm sure they did.
Oh, there's there's another impression I do too of Mrs. Wallowitz.
Let's hear it.
No, not Mrs. Wallowitz.
Yeah. Okay. Howard, your little friends are here.
That's good.
Thanks, Mom.
Can you imagine having her as a mother? Oh,
Howard, when are you gonna get married?
What? Remember when she'd be in the bathroom? What did she say? I didn't know the body could hold so much pee or something. She said something along those lines.
retain so much water or something. Yeah.
I don't know. And then when Sheldon was trying to help her put that dress on, things kept popping out. It's funny how you never saw her.
Yeah, and that was the brilliance about that they never showed her. It was all your imagination. You know, when you leave characters like that where you only hear the voice or whatever, or just see, part of a body, like Wilson
like they did.
Improvement.
Home Improvement.
Right. Mm-hmm. Talked about even like Norm's wife, and we never saw her and stuff. Mm-hmm.
How do you remember?
Mm-hmm. Smart. Did the same thing on Frasier with Niles' wife, ex-wife.
Niles' wife, yeah. The only time he did see Vera in
Maris,
she had like a face, her face was obscured by a pie or a mashed potato because of the Thanksgiving Day.
Very clever.
The food fight. Mm-hmm.
Less can always be more. And I wish more shows would understand that.
Mm-hmm.
On Forever Night, the one character, Don Skanky, Nick's partner, he didn't know he didn't know Nick was a vampire, of course, but Don Skanky was always mentioning his wife Myra, but I don't think he ever saw her.
Mm-hmm. Well, same thing with Columbo. He was always talking about his wife. He never saw her, and then when he had Mrs. Columbo, you never saw him. So
yeah.
And I think that helps when you have a situation like that where if we hear about the character, you know everything about the character, but you've never really seen the character in that mystery. I love it.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you ever watch a show like, or did you watch something like Perfect Strangers ever, Cathy? Or
yeah. Oh yeah. I used to watch those Friday night, sitcoms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What did they call that? It's like must see
TGIF.
No.
TGIF.
Yeah.
Thank God it's Friday or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like I used to watch them but like back in the mid '80s, I'd say I used to go to this place called Toad's Place in New Haven to see bands like. I saw the Red Hot Chili Peppers there. I saw the Ramones. I saw the Damned. I saw this group called Red Rockers and a bunch of other ones. Another venue I used to go to was it was literally underground. It was a place called the Grotto because you had to go downstairs to get into it. The bathrooms were horrible, but I used to go down and see different bands. Like there was this. I think they're still around. They're called the Liars, like the musical instrument.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw them 8 times there. Every time they came to the Grotto, I was there. And I saw this group called Lords of the New Church. There, it was fun going to these different places. Like, there was an all ages club out in Brantford. It used to be a car dealership way back when, and those were good times.
Yeah.
And then the town I was originally from, because I live in Derby, but I grew up and lived for 40 odd years in Hamden. They had free concerts. I don't know if they still do, but I saw Daryl Hall.
Oh.
I saw Guess Who.
All right.
Who?
I saw Ashford and Simpson, Tower of Power. Somebody from Journey. I forgot. Not Steve Perry. I forgot who the hell it was, but I saw somebody from Journey. And Flo and Eddie, the Turtles. They were there. Yep. those were good times. Free concerts. Hey.
Who can go wrong with free concerts? That's all I gotta say.
And the one person that I always wanted to see, I'm a huge fan of hers from when she was in Fleetwood Mac and after, Stevie Nicks. I got to see her almost 2 years ago. They had at the end of September of 2022 in Bridgeport, Connecticut, they had this outdoor music festival called Sound on the Sound.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I do volunteer work phone banking for our local state rep whenever she runs. And her volunteer coordinator, this nice young man named Matt, where he had worked at that time, he got free wristbands for the concert because it was a weekend thing. A bunch of different groups, and Stevie was the headliner Saturday night.
Oh, wow.
So he knew I was a big Stevie Nicks fan, so he gave me the 2 wristbands because he was going Sunday night to see somebody. I forgot who it was. So I asked, because I know some of my friends are Stevie fans, but a couple of them have health issues, so they can't go. But I asked one of my other friends. So Matt came and picked me up, picked my friend Patty up, took us to Bridgeport because he found out prior where to drop us off. And then after the concert, because she was on from 9:30 to 11, it was amazing. It was, still can't believe I actually got to see her. I mean, couldn't get that close because of the security barrier or whatever. Yep. But when it was over, I called him and he came and got us. So that was, and it didn't cost me anything. I don't know how much tickets were otherwise, but it was fantastic.
And it's special moments like that you always remember. You always think back to, remember that time I got to see Stevie Nicks.
Yeah. And she did a little Tom Petty tribute, Free Fallin', and Stop Dragging My Heart Around. Yeah. And she dedicated Landslide to all of us. So that was amazing.
Yeah, I had a friend who, when we would go out for karaoke, she would sing that because she loved Stevie Nicks herself.
Oh. Yeah.
Which one?
Landslide.
Oh, Landslide.
Yep. Yep, she's amazing. I mean, I'm so glad I was able to see her. Different groups like that, like the Ramones, getting to see them when they were all still alive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And Joey Ramone came out with a baseball bat.
Batter up.
And then getting to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers too way back then. Because you know what? I had forgotten what year I even saw them. Because I used to write it down and then I lost that paper. But anyway, I read Flea's book. Flea wrote a memoir and he said something about losing a black sweater that his grandmother gave him at a club in New Haven in the winter of 1986. So I said, that's what it was then.
Mm-hmm. So do you have that framed and over there going, yep, I got a sweater. I got a sweater.
No, I didn't take his sweater.
That's just Barrett being an instigator.
Me an instigator, never. That's Phil's job. That's Phil's job. Your secret's safe with us, by the way.
But Cathy, we have been going for 2 hours and 14 minutes. Do you want to stick around a little longer, or? Because I know you had originally told us that you could only stay for 2 hours, but I was thinking with your internet issues, if you wanted to stay longer, you could. If you can't, that's fine too.
Well, I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Oh no! Mike, you're keeping her from eating.
But that's but I'm not really that hungry.
All right. Well, I was gonna say I don't want to keep you from having your supper.
because I do have to take certain medications because I have type 2 diabetes.
Yeah.
So but I could stay till, let's see, another few minutes. Let's say till 8:30.
Okay, that works.
If anybody has any other questions they want to ask.
Well, when it comes to a movie or a TV show, is the plot important to you?
Yeah, it is. I like a good storyline, no matter what kind of movie it is.
And as
Just
far
like-
as characters in the TV show or movie with the plot, do the characters matter if they're written well?
Yeah, it does, and not just written well, but the whoever's portraying that character, it's a combination of the two things.
Mm-hmm.
If they make it believable that they're this character, like say playing a vampire, gotta always go back to the vampires, because they basically took over my channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the ones that play, like the shows I mentioned, the vampire shows, the people like on Forever Night, Nick and Jeanette and LaCroix, and even Javier and Urs, they were believable as vampires. I mean, and it doesn't always, like with movies, like when they do a biopic of somebody, it doesn't really matter if they actually look like that person. Like with Rami Malek, he didn't look like Freddie Mercury, but he did an amazing job.
He did a wonderful job.
Yeah, it was amazing. And even the one that played Brian looked like a younger Brian. And the other guys too, Deaky and Roger.
Mm-hmm.
They looked like the people they were portraying. They actually looked like them. And the way they recreated the Live Aid concert, I remember watching that on TV back then in '85.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that was amazing. I think U2 was on before Queen.
Mm-hmm.
My late mother was a big fan of Queen, and we had gone out to New Mexico when Bohemian Rhapsody came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to, do something special for her, with her being a big Queen fan. So I looked up the showtimes at the local movie theater out there, and I saw that Bohemian Rhapsody was playing on a Thursday night for an early showing. So I said, "Do you want to go to the movies?" She said, "What movie are we going to go see?" Bohemian Rhapsody. And her eyes just lit up. She thought, "Yes."
Oh, I can imagine. That was I have that movie in my collection. I watch it. I watch it like every year on Freddie's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? My cat, I don't know where she is now. My kitty Delilah. I named her Delilah after a song Freddie wrote about his cat named Delilah, because he was a cat daddy.
Mm-hmm.
As depicted in the movie, he had like 10 of them. And I named her because when I adopted her, her original name was Meow Meow. It's like, no, I'm gonna call her Delilah after and because a female cat is called a queen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it was fitting, because if she had been a boy, I was gonna call her Freddie Perkery.
Oh. Oh.
And like how cats get the zoomies? It'd be perfect. That song, Don't Stop Me Now. That's, they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. But I think she's hiding upstairs because we're going to be having fireworks here tonight. I don't care for fireworks personally, because too noisy. It scares the crap out of cats and dogs. They can run off, get hit by cars. Plus, what about the veterans with PTSD? Hearing that shit going off could trigger something. And then the environmental impact, because they do it here. The town right across the Housatonic is Shelton. They do a usually a dual thing, Derby Shelton. And the river's right there, so like all that residue from the fireworks lands in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't care for. I know I've watched it a few times, but like nah. You seen them. You seen one. You seen them all. As far as I'm concerned, I'd rather watch an episode of Vikings.
Watch the fireworks on there. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Yep.
I know that joke. I'm sorry. I'm so very, very sorry.
But no, I've known vets who don't want to be around any place that's setting off fireworks, and they've explained to me why.
Yeah.
It's completely understandable.
Yeah, because all of a sudden it sounds like a war.
Mhm.
Like, and then too, not just on the Fourth. Randomly throughout the year, it seems like people around my neighborhood set off freaking fireworks, and it scares the shit out of me and Delilah both. It's like I jump and I'm cursed. I say, I don't know if I can say what I say.
Oh, go ahead, because it's probably not too far what I've said when neighbors in my own neighborhood have done the same thing.
Because I'm usually lounging in bed reading or doing something, and that happens, and I almost jump a mile high, and I say, "Goddamn motherfucking son of a bitches!"
Oh, that's how Cash starts every show usually. He starts off with it grinds my gears, and he's goes to that. And,
you know what?
Yeah.
This is
so it's fine that you said that. It's fine.
This is what I think of all of us usually. Well, maybe mostly the three of us, though.
How many assholes we got on this ship, anyhow? Yo! I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Yeah, and you know what? Phil's right. Leave the fireworks to the professionals.
Well,
yeah.
This is the problem with the fireworks is like first of all, when they start sounding like mortars, it's like, why do I want that over my house?
Exactly.
Second of all, it's illegal, and they should be somewhere else doing these fireworks. And like Phil said, leave it to professionals, but they don't, because it's entitled. They're entitled. They want to fire off fireworks. They want to do. They don't care that they leave all this junk around. Luckily, and there have been cases, of course, where roofs have been set on fire because of fireworks, because it's too hot.
Starts a large brush fire, especially out in California.
Oh, you know what?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
On the subject of fireworks, I heard just recently in Shelton. I heard about it yesterday at the headquarters where I volunteer. Couple of the people were talking about it in Shelton. Some house, the idiot had fireworks in the basement, and his wife knew, but there was a fire. I don't know what. I don't know all the details, but she did not even tell the firefighters that came to put out the fire that there was fireworks in there.
Oh, great.
Oh God, look, I think I heard something already. They're starting already, I guess, here.
Wow.
But it's stupid, and the insurance is not going to cover that. That's for damn sure. Mm-hmm. And imagine the neighbors. Suppose this stuff landed on, burns their houses down too. It's like, it's crazy.
It could burn their house down. It could burn their cars. They
everything. Yeah.
Inside or outside.
There's so many repercussions from it, and especially not telling the firefighters. She knew. She should get in trouble too, because she should have told them. Because puts their lives in danger too.
Yeah.
So it's like they should leave it to the professionals. The pyrotechnicians should be the only ones if they're going to do that crap. Otherwise, they should ban fireworks for regular people to buy.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I'm sure you see it up in Connecticut too. There are certain areas where you could just walk into a store, and what do you see? A display in the center of the aisle.
Yeah.
Fireworks.
Oh, exactly. Like Big Y has them, and other stores have them.
I'm not against people having fun, but again, you should leave something like that to the professionals.
Yeah, because people do get hurt, even with sparklers and stuff. Like they're just not paying enough attention, and it's just their attitude about it, their entitlement. Oh, I'm entitled to do this. No, go somewhere else and fire off these fireworks. Because then there's problems, and then there's like, oh, it's 2 a.m. Let's keep firing off fireworks. People have to get up. Some people do get up early and so on. And so then, of course, the cops are called. And then, of course, that's going to have to stop. If it doesn't, then you find a bat. I'm kidding, YouTube. I'm joking.
Even around here.
No, golf club for you, Cash.
The best golf club ever.
The strike of midnight occurs on New Year's.
Mm-hmm.
You hear people firing off fireworks around here. You also hear people firing off guns. And I've thought to myself, and this is how I've always been. You do realize that ball that's going up, it's going to come down somewhere.
Exactly.
Goes up, must come down.
Spinning wheel, got to go round.
And
I worked with the guy who said that, they went out there and started shooting the air. I go, you shoot up in the air like that, the bullet does come back down. Well, but it's like it still comes back down, right? It doesn't go magically into space.
No, it doesn't. And when they're firing off a lot of fireworks and so on, then you have all that junk from the aftermath or whatever from the fireworks themselves, and it's like wood or something. Yeah, it's crazy.
What do you call it? And a smell like the not sulfur, gunpowder smell or whatever you want to call it.
It's sulfur. Yeah, it's a sulfur smell.
Yeah, it is.
But I like that smell myself.
And of course, they buy fireworks that are illegal, but it's like, why are you firing around the neighborhood? And then you have the mayor, even here in California, other places, and it's like they're not listening to those people, and they're actually making sense. Don't do this. And they tell you, even on the news, don't do this around the neighborhood. There can be fires. There can be other things. What's up?
Yeah.
California?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The mayor of California. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
You got one mayor for all of California. Okay.
No. I mean, in Los Angeles. What I'm saying.
I know.
I'm just.
I feel sorry for that mayor.
That's right. I do too. Right? Yeah. Seriously, exactly. But. No, here in Los Angeles, it's just, they will say, even, who was it? Garcetti even said, and I don't know if Karen Bass is going to say it, about the fireworks, and especially with this heat. But I understand, I'm not saying that the fireworks are going to burn the roofs, but we've already seen cases in the last few years, not just in California, but other places, people firing off fireworks, and then guess what? A fire starts. Well, who started that fire? The fireworks. Who lit those fireworks off?
Don't worry. I'm sure they're going to keep encouraging just having the 4th of July drive-by shootings from now on. That'll keep things, out there in California. But, the thing is, around here, if you want to get the good fireworks, so you have to go over to Wisconsin, which is just fine because, every year, usually at that time, that sends out the herd in Wisconsin a little bit. So, here, hold my beer, and boom. Okay, we lost another one. Okay, sending out the herd. I'm kidding, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Not, maybe. I don't know. Cheeseheads.
Ooh. So, Cathy, seeing that it is almost 8:30, is there anything you'd like to promote for yourself, or is there a channel that you'd like to promote, or something in particular that you just would like to promote for everybody to check out?
Or just insult Cash?
Oh, boy. Salt Baron.
I can't think of anything, offhand. I mean, I'm surprised I got 175 subscribers. I didn't think I'd have that many.
Yeah, that's a nice feat there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There we go, yeah.
I didn't expect that. I mean, because I don't have any. I mean, of course, now lately it's most, about vampires and stuff, but it was just random things that I like making shorts of my paintings and other things like my Clash collection. I even made a short about my shorts.
Wow.
Nothing wrong with that.
I like that. I like that. I like it. Well,
Because
that's
you
just
know
it.
what,
It's
you know what
eclectic.
you're doing? You're promoting your content. That's
Oh.
what you're doing there.
Yeah. You know,
Well,
just if people like what I'm doing, that's great.
Well, I think what it is variety. It's just not the same old. It's like you never know what you're going to see this time. You know.
That's right.
It's like like having Anna Moss on our show. You never know what you're going to get usually. You know?
That's right.
Yeah, it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Jedi, hello, how you doing today, Jedi?
I mean, they're speaking of Anonymous, there have been times the link's been there for him to join. He'll join, but all he'll do is go Anonymous rules, and then he'll leave.
Anonymous rules.
Oh, yeah,
Anonymous rules. Yeah.
Baba Louie, Baba Louie, Baba Louie.
I remember that cartoon, Quick Draw McGraw and Baba Louie.
Yep, Baba Louie. Yep. El Kabong. That can't forget El Kabong. Those were the days. Yeah,
I see it now. It says he's a wild card. I was gonna say something. I'm the Joker.
Why so serious?
No, you have to do the why it's so serious.
But Kathy, it was a pleasure to have you on the show tonight, and I'm glad you were able to get your internet issues resolved so you can continue the conversation with us. Really appreciate you taking time out of your Wednesday evening to join us as well.
No problem. It's been a lot of fun, and if I'd have known I should have stayed downstairs to come on, then it wouldn't have had all those issues. Probably.
Well, at least we know for next time, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is how we learn, folks.
Yeah, live and learn.
Yep.
Downstairs is the key.
Yep.
Hide in the basement with us. Yeah.
Don't hide in the basement with Baron. Probably steal all the food.
Oh, here we go with the fireworks again. I heard a random boom. I don't think it's actually started yet. I think they start at 9. I don't know. I don't really give a crap anyway.
That's usually me after chili night. So,
did the mayor in your town or whatever, or even the governor in your state say that people should not be firing off fireworks, Kathy, or is it?
Not that I know of. Because they sell them. So, and like a while back, I called the police about it, but they said, "Oh, we actually have to catch them in the act."
Right. I get that.
And by the time if they start and I call the cops, by the time they get there, they're gone. They'd be gone.
Yep. Yes.
So they need to do a stakeout. Because the cops said, "Oh, we think we know where it is or who it is." Well, why don't they go do a little stakeout and catch them?
A little investigating.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I can see some 43-year-old cop going up to a group of teenagers going, hello, what's up, my fellow fireworks teens? How's it going? You want to fire off some illegal fireworks with me, my fellow teens? Yeah.
Oh, Baron.
What? You know I got a point. You know I got a point.
Yeah.
It's not 21 Jump Street out there, folks.
Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here, but before we do, Baron and Cash, please promote yourself. We'll start with Baron first.
Tomorrow at 6:10 roughly Central Standard Time. If he's still alive over there in Norway, Jace Fox of 540 Studios is going to have The Beyond, and of course it's going to be him, Prismatics, Celtic Cajun. Let's see who else will be on there. Oh, Cash Monet himself will be on there, as well as I am, and my Whoopa Troopa might be there, and Hashi. So we do invite you to. Yeah, there we go. I'm getting better at this now.
You are, man.
Yeah, I know. It's like I don't know who any of these guys are, but I'm on the show with them. So if you feel inclined, please join us tomorrow at 6:10 Central Standard Time, or Daylight Time, I should say, for The Beyond at 540 Studio. Other than that, I'm who knows. whatever these guys are, plus, of course, we'll have that exciting announcement very soon here for, well, I'll let Cash sit back and see that. Because, I gave him the idea, but, he's running with it. It's going to be an exciting program we're going to have. So.
Oh, it will be. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of guests
Okay.
on. Mm-hmm.
Well, Cash, go ahead and talk about what's coming up on the Phantom Hooligans, or what's currently up on the Phantom Hooligans for folks to check out.
Well, I just finally put up my Star Trek video. I finally got the editing the way I wanted it, so I put that up. And then, of course, 3 months later, I'm not going to put up a video unless I have good enough information on it. So, but of course, we're going to be playing another multiplayer game, and I'm guessing you'll be available this time, Baron, or?
I hope so. Yeah, I mean, okay. As long as we don't have tragedies happen again.
Right. I get that. So we'll be playing either Dark Tide at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Phantom Hooligans on Friday, or we will be playing something else. In between all that, now that I got another video up, I've got the thumbnail already made for my Deadpool video, and I want to explain to people that we can't change Deadpool. He's great the way he is, and if you're going to add to him, it needs to make sense to the character. So that's a video that I'm working on right now. And unfortunately, there's a comic book writer out there who says in a way she wants to change the character. And there was an article about this a while back, so I'm going to add that in there too. But people need to stop changing these great characters. They're great for many reasons. And they just keep doing this stuff. And it needs to stop. So, unfortunately. But yeah, that's coming up. And then I'm going to be working on, now that I got my other video out, I'm going to be working on the next video, which is going to be a series of gameplay of Another Crab's Treasure, which is Dark Souls meets SpongeBob. So it's playing it offline, messing around with it. It's a pretty crazy game. So that'll be coming up. And then there'll be a live stream either of Fallout 76, maybe Myth Force, and maybe Persona 5 Royal, and maybe there also might be gameplay soon of Nier Armada. There's I want to show people that when you're playing this game on one of the hardest difficulties, because this game is just hard in general, even when you're playing on normal. I know you haven't played it yet, Mike, but I wanted to show them
a little bit offline.
Did you? Okay, cool.
To get used to the controls.
I'm thinking about doing a challenge where I go through on hard difficulty and see how long it takes me to finish the first boss on almost the hardest difficulty on that game. I'm thinking about it. Sounds like torture, but I like to do that stuff. So,
all right.
Yep,
anything else?
Nope. That's all what's coming. And then I guess Baron and I are still working on the details of our war room. That'll most likely be on us each Saturday, and we're still working on that. So that should be a lot of fun when we finally get it out. Mm-hmm. That's all the Phantom Hooligans. Yep.
And before I promote what's coming up on Pacific Forum 4, I do want to thank Bone for stopping by tonight's show, along with Anonymous. We had Captain N, the Game Master, DJ Ronnie G.
Nerd.
Of course, there was a hooligan in the chat.
There was.
Hooligan.
Spock's Friday Nights. Good to see you, Spock.
Spocko.
Phil McCracken.
Agent Smith.
Yep. You're wrong. Wait. Rule number 1. Mike is always right, man. Come on. I'm always right.
Come on, man.
Rule number 2. If Mike is wrong, see rule number 1.
Well, you're wrong.
Jed Sparks.
Yes.
And of course, our guest, Cathy Skywalker. Now, as far as what's happening on Pacific Forum 4 for the YouTube and Rumble channel tomorrow, it'll be an early game stream tomorrow, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, and I'll be playing more of Metroid Prime Remastered. I'm brand new at the game, never played it before, so just have your patience with me as we play part 2 of the game stream. And then, of course, Sunday will be the Sunday edition of Pacific Forum 4 Pop Talk. But again, everybody, thank you for joining us this evening. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the show. Cathy, once again, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate you taking your time to join us.
You're welcome.
And
it was
until
fun.
next time, yes, it was a lot of fun. Until next time, everybody, remember, don't ever give up on me in a game, because just when you do, you might miss something. Have a good night.
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Trying to hit his target. I missed that. Ooh, fireworks. Here's a candle. Ooh, here's a candle. Here's a candle.
No, it's the Pop Talk logo exploding.
Oh, okay. Oh, I had Chilly Night too. Cool.
Pop Talk is where it's at, baby.